Hey, this is The Rock, and you're on the Real News Talk channel. Check out the Retro Kid Retronic Ice Cat to listen to some real shit. If you smell what the Retro Kid is cooking.
Yeah, you know what the fuck to do. I just came across this article that Liv Morgan hits back at a hater praying for her injury yet again after Rhea Ripley title vacancy. Now, some fucking fans take things way too goddamn seriously. I mean, to wish harm on another human being, especially those that are out there putting their bodies on the line just to entertain fans like yourself, is fucking sickening. It's stupid. And this has been going on for years. You've always have fake fans that wish death, wish brutal harm on somebody that they don't even know past the TV. They're just entertainers, they're performers. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand why people have so much hate towards another person. You know what I mean? It just says a lot about them. Because their life sucks. They don't have a life. They don't have a social life. No? Especially coming from a guy as well. You know what I mean? You know, and I start to question that fans like this, do they even like women? Because for them to wish harm on another woman, is sick. It's disgusting. And I think that this individual that I'm going to get into does not get any ass, shall I say. Because why would he wish harm on another human being? That's in the entertainment business, to entertain idiots like yourself. You know, Liv Morgan doesn't deserve that, but she hit back at the fan though, and she took it really well. Because where was all this energy when Liv Morgan got injured? I know Liv Morgan was already injured when Rhea Ripley attacked her and put her on the shelf for 6 months, kayfabe wise, but come on, man. What Liv Morgan did was just an accident. It's not like she did it on purpose. It wasn't intentional. She was just doing her job. And shit goes wrong in the wrestling business. Injuries are inevitable. Even in acting as well. Sometimes actors get hurt when they do stunts or when they do certain things in their movie roles. You know? Just like what happened to Brandon Lee when he played the Crow back in '93 when he got shot by a real gun when it was meant to be a prop gun. But they didn't know that the gun was real at the time. So that was just a grave mistake. What happened on that set of The Crow. Things happen. You know? And it's not always intentional. But with wrestling fans, people take things way too seriously. It's just sports entertainment. It's just sports entertainment. It doesn't depend on your life. If you don't like the company, if you don't like what you're seeing, just switch over and watch something else. Watch something else. Because we don't need fake wrestling maniac fans like yourself that would sit on the fucking internet and talk shit to another person that you don't know. It's disgusting, man. It just says a lot about you and your life. Like I've said. And it gives wrestling fans like myself a bad name. Because of dickheads like yourself. You understand what I'm saying? And it's people like you that deserve to be eliminated off the internet. And Liv Morgan is not the only one who has received such hate in the past. So many wrestlers, several wrestlers have. Death threats, harm, you name it. Threatening to find where wrestlers live, kidnap them and stuff like that. It wasn't long ago when Sonya Deville almost got kidnapped by a crazed lunatic. Thank God he's in jail. Thank God nothing happened to Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose, because she was in that house at the time when she was living with Sonya Deville. Thank God she's okay, and thank God that motherfucker is in jail. You know? You see, threats like this you cannot take seriously. You cannot avoid to overlook these things, because these are things that are quite serious that could turn into reality. Okay, we might see fans wishing death on another performer or say some hateful things to them, and we just brush it off like nothing's going to happen. But you can't underestimate the person behind the internet. You cannot underestimate no one, because you don't know what that person is capable of. You don't know what their plans are. You don't know what their moves are, because they can easily carry out that act and surprise you and catch you off guard. And that's how a lot of celebrities end up getting deleted, because they get caught lacking all the time by these motherfucking maniacs, and they don't take them seriously until something bad happens, until it's too late. And these things have been going on for years, you know? This happened to Teresa Sardana, a late actress, back in 1982, when she was approached by a crazed fan that stabbed her up multiple times. But luckily she survived it, you know, thanks to a delivery man that came over to fight off the attacker and rushed her to the hospital. And she barely survived that attack, you know? And in 1989, another incident with the late teen 80s actress named Rebecca Schaeffer. She was gunned down in front of her apartment by a sick motherfucker by the name of Robert John Bardo, who's currently serving a life sentence in prison without parole. She was expecting a script to be delivered to her door before she can audition for the new movie at the time called The Godfather Part 3. Not knowing that it was this deranged lunatic that was outside her front door. And when she saw the guy, she didn't look too pleased at all. She didn't want to see him. She didn't know who this guy was, but he was stalking her for 3 years. And to make long story short, he drew out a gun and shot her right in the chest. And she died. She pretty much died right at that spot. She was slowly dying. You know what I mean? And these things have been happening for years and years and years and years and years. And it still does to this very day. Nothing has changed. But situations like this, you have to take very, very seriously. You have to take that into consideration, because you just never know what could happen in the future. You know? And for this fan to wish harm and wish that Liv Morgan gets injured again, you're literally putting a curse on her. You're putting hexes on her. You're putting curses on her. And that could backfire on your monkey ass. But yeah, let me read the article. Liv Morgan's return to the squared circle at WWE's Royal Rumble marked a triumphant comeback after months on the sidelines recovering from a shoulder injury. After Rhea Ripley vacated the Women's World title on Raw this week, Morgan found herself facing criticism from a hater who wished for her to get injured. In response, Morgan decided to take a strong stand against the negativity by roasting the hater. Rightfully so. On this week's episode of Monday Night Raw in Montreal, Quebec, Canada, Rhea Ripley made a significant announcement that she would be vacating her WWE Women's World Championship due to an injury. Ripley appeared with her right arm in a sling and shared that her recovery would require several months away from the ring. During her segment, Ripley confronted Liv Morgan, placing the blame for her injury on Morgan, following a backstage assault that took place on Raw the previous week. Morgan, however, seemed unfazed by Ripley's situation and approached the ring, suggesting she was ready to address the confrontation. As tensions escalated, security stepped in to prevent a physical altercation between Ripley and Morgan, keeping two competitors apart. Unsurprisingly, there are a lot of people who hate Morgan right now and blame her for injuring Ripley. Morgan took to Twitter and responded to a hater who prayed for her to get injured somehow, but utterly roasting him, as she claimed the hater pleasures himself in his socks for a living. Guys, don't be mad at him. He probably pleasures himself in his socks for a living. The backstage reaction to Liv Morgan injuring Rhea Ripley has also been revealed. Nevertheless, it is certain WWE have a major angle planned for Ripley and Liv Morgan once Ripley returns from injury. Are you utterly disgusted that some fans would want Liv Morgan to be injured? Let us know in the comment section below. Obviously, because these fans are performers, they're entertainers, they put their bodies, they put their lives on the line every single week just to entertain the fans. And the last thing that they need is fucking dumbass pricks like that idiot that wished and prayed for her to get injured again, right? It's ridiculous. It's so fucking ridiculous. And it's not going to stop. It's not going to stop. God forbid something doesn't happen. Because things like this will carry on until something really bad happens. You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad Liv Morgan stood up for herself and put that motherfucker in his place. He must feel so stupid right now. He probably deleted his Twitter account. Because he's going to have so many fans that are going to attack him. To save further embarrassment. It's ridiculous, man. If you don't like what the performers do, then don't watch wrestling. You're not fit to be a wrestling fan because it's not that deep. It's just professional wrestling. It's sports entertainment. It's predetermined. They're not really hurting each other in the ring. Yeah, accidents do happen. Wrestlers do get injured. Wrestlers do injure other wrestlers by mistake. It's happened a lot in the past. But it's not intentional. That's how the business is. They sign contracts. Hold harmless agreements that if something were to happen to them, you know, they can't sue the company or anything like that because they signed up for this. You know? But wrestling fans like this guy, like this piece of shit, he probably doesn't get no ass. That's why he's mad at the world. That's why he's mad at the world. That's why he hates women. You know? And it's sad. It's really, really sad. To this individual, get a life and shut the fuck up. You know? Like they say, stop drinking the haterade and start drinking the bubble tea. But yeah, anyway, that's all I wanted to say. Liv Morgan, I'm happy that you stood up to this motherfucker and you put him on blast. Kudos to you. So this is the Retro Kid, Retronic Ice Cat on the Real News Talk channel. And yeah, spit real shit every time I make a video. You know, I never lie in my videos. Even though I get little views and I barely get comments here and there, but I still do my thing because I'm not here for the views, I'm not here for the fame. I'm just here to do my thing and cover wrestling. You know, because you do have some other YouTube content creators, a few of them, that make YouTube videos spreading false information about this and that, and they get lots of views and attention. Whereas real wrestling YouTube content creators like myself only get a few, which is cool. I don't really care because I know how the algorithm is. Sometimes they play with my views, they play with my rating and everything. But I know how it is anyway, so nothing surprises me because they don't like to hear real shit. They like to hear all the fake shit, all the lies. You know? It's like when you spit real shit, you become public enemy number one. When you spit fake shit, you're loved by all the fake people in the world. You know? So I get the whole algorithm. I know how it works. But yeah, that's all I have to say. Say no more. Word.